The 2027 general election is taking the center stage. Now, preparatory to the elections, political parties in Nigeria are putting their axes in order. However, that is not without some internal wrangling from some politicians and political parties. But the question that begs for answer, are opposition parties in Nigeria having a field day? Or, as insinuated, have they been muzzled in order not to fit into the contest? Hello there. It's a pleasure to have you join us on Political Affairs on Karma TV. My name is Chris Jacobs, and today I have two political juggernauts with me in the studio to further the conversation. To my left is Dr. Victor Dogo. He's the Publicity Secretary of the All Progressive Congress Adamawa State. And to my right is Comrade Mustafa Atiku Ribadu. He is the Secretary, All Progressive Congress Adamawa State. Gentlemen, it's a pleasure to have you on Political Affairs today.
Thank you for having us.
I'd like to start by saying congratulations, for your emergence as the Secretary of the APC as well as the Publicity Secretary.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Looking at the door, I know that it is an explosion about to happen in this political party because both of you fit in to this very new office you have been elected to.
Thank you.
Anyway, let me start with you, Comrade Mustafa Atiku, as the Secretary of the APC. Talk to me. The Congress have come and gone, but how would you describe the just concluded APC Congress that took place at the famous Mahmoud Buhari Square?
Thank you very much. Congresses start from the ward up to local government and then state Congress. And we have two modes of having our Congress. We have two ways. That is by election, that is by delegates or by consensus.
That's right.
We are at liberty to adapt anyone, especially our leaders in Adama, and we have a leader who is the governor, our Fintiri, who in his wisdom adopted the consensus method of choosing our leaders right from the wards to the local governments and then the state. And you can look at how the process took place. It was franco-free, but we cannot divulge political gatherings, political offices with some people complaining because somebody wants to be a leader in a ward. He don't make the list. It's natural to have that complaints, but I think generally it is accepted, and people accepted what the governor has done, and also our leaders in the APC, starting from the chairman of the Elders Council, General Buba Marwa, the NSA, Malam Nuribadu, and other party leaders, our notice vice chairman, Basa Idris Shuaibu. So generally, I can say one can give us at least an A, maybe even it is a 70. We have got it, and we cap it with the state congresses. The state congresses came, yes, people may complain, one or two, that maybe I'm supposed to be in that list. I did not make it. It's normal, it's natural. There's no place in politics that when you did not get what you want, that is a crime to complain. No, complaining is normal, it's natural, it's political, it's democratic. So, but not only complaining, but we have to be also be realistic. A person like that, a realist, we use reality in getting our leaders, and also we have to we considered a lot of factors, starting from geography, from religion, from tribes, locations. We are Nigerians, and we know there's a federal character in our constitution.
Okay. So in such a way, you apply the federal character as in collapsing it into Adamawa context.
That's just it. So in our party, we have used federal character, and I think so far so good.
Interesting. All right, let me get to you, Dr. Victor. There is this insinuation. I know that the whole issue now is all about 2027 general elections. And Comrade Mustafa talked about the adoption of either consensus or other way around, which of course he praised Governor Fintiri for adopting the consensus. I've also seen that Hamza Madagali, who was the PDP chairman before infusing, the structure into the current APC, has also, been elected as the APC chairman at Mao State. What does that mean to the party? And how can that also improve in the stability and the credibility of the party preparatory to 2027 election?
Well, thank you very much. Well, let me start by saying that, like our comrades did say, the road to where we are today, we had so many things that were carefully done. And the leadership of the APC is one leadership that entails communicating, interacting. You see, I hear people at times sit probably under the tree and make noise about how things are being concluded. There is this internal interaction in the APC. You see the governor. You see the NSA. You see the various stakeholders that you hear of in the APC today. These are men that communicate. These are men that talk to themselves. These are men that understand the right permutations to deliver on the renewed hope mandate. And in their wisdom, with the leadership of the governor, they were able to come to a consensus understanding on what we needed. The emergence of Alhaji Hamza Bello Madagali is more or less, and with the combination of the secretary, thank God he's even seated here, an experienced someone who understands the movement and the pattern in the progressive approach towards governance. And also with the coming of a very, very well-known former PAM secretary as the organizing secretary. I don't want to call them, you understand, one after the other. Is a well thought out combination to win election.
But Comrade made a very cogent statement that there are those who may likely express their displeasure over perhaps they were not elected, to fill in a particular.
Very well.
So how do you handle that as a party?
We've always had this pattern. No one will be left behind. I'm sure you must have been hearing that. So it has always been our culture.
Yeah, that one also the PDP. Man.
No, it's not the PDP. It's the issue of that is the pattern of the man governor filtering as a man.
Okay.
No one. You see, there's one thing I really want people to understand. Governance is different from politicking.
Absolutely.
And once you're into governance, you then bring every other person under the umbrella of governance. And in bringing everyone under the umbrella of governance, what comes into your mind is how to carry everybody along. And in carrying everyone along, you must, of course, try as much as possible. You might not be able to satisfy everyone, but you lay out that principle and that system that will be able to cater for virtually everyone one way or the other. That your name is not on the list does not mean you are not important. You get the point? Yeah. So we understand this fabric that we need everyone to the polling units, everyone, not even the ESCO, is as important as the ESCO.
All right, I will get back to you again. Now, Comrade Mustafa, sometimes they say too many cooks spoil the pot. But in this regard, the cooks I'm looking at here are the number of aspirants. There are a lot of people with aspirations. Everybody want to be a governor. Everybody will want to be senators and so on and so forth. But there is this insinuation that has gotten people of Adamawa State talking, particularly those who are of the APC, talking about, alleged opposition of a candidate, of a particular person on Adamawa State, to the extent that there are some who are part of the movement and now they have decided to throw in the towel. The likes of Chief Maurice Vonobolki, who has left the APC. By the way, is leaving the APC, does it have an effect negatively on your party?
Thank you very much.
But meanwhile, I will allow you to catch your breath. We'll be back so that we'll talk more on this. All right, you're watching Political Affairs on Kama TV. We'll take a short break. We'll be back in a moment. Join us again. right, glad to know you're still there. But if you have just joined us, you're watching Political Affairs on Kama TV. And for those of you following the conversation live on Facebook page, you can send your comment and suggestion as well, questions to the comment sections. And the both guests of mine in the studio will respond to your questions, possibly soonest. Victor Dogo, Dr. Victor Dogo, the Publicity Secretary, as well as the Secretary of the APC Adamawa State, Comrade Mustafa Ribadu Achiku, very much around in the studio. Interesting conversation during the first half of the show. All right, before we took that break, I came up with a very critical issue, a question that has begged for answers, and a question that has gotten a lot of people talking. First of all, it's going to be a double-edged sword question now. Chief Maurice Vunobolki has expressed his displeasure, and that was one of the reasons why he had to resign from being a member of the All Progressive Party. He, questions the level of justice or injustice melted on not just him, but also some members of the APC who want to run for office. And then secondly, the issue of imposing a candidate on Adamawa State, particularly of the APC. What does it mean to the sensitivity of the election in Adamawa State?
First and foremost, I can tell you, Chief Maurice Vunobolki is one of the respected elders in Adamawa State. He has been to this political game for quite some time. And losing him in your party is a minus, whether we like it or not. If you can lose one single voter, it's a loss to a political party. And we are conscious of that. Talk less of somebody who aspire to be governor. So we cannot debunk it as if nothing happens. Yes, we lost somebody in the party. But if you look at his insinuations as to why he left the party, he makes some serious allegations on the committee that was made in terms of sharing formula of the two political parties as the former PDP and the legacy APC. I happen to be a member of that committee, and we work with somebody who is a gubernatorial aspirant now as a member of that committee, Felix Tangwame. And Felix Tangwame was part of us, and I did not see him complain he's contesting. He did not point to any direction that that committee was keen to do the bidding of any candidate. And if you look at the committee, which was headed by Professor Liman Tukur, and I saw Liman Tukur responding to Maurice Vunobolki, you can follow that response and see he have given detail of what happened at that committee. And apart from the committee of the whole that I was part of it, there was also a 3-man technical committee, which I was part of it also. I know what happened, even if I cannot say it all here, but we have done a very thorough job, very transparent, and we have done it to favor all the two political parties. Maurice Vunobolki came from the side of the former PDP. That's right. And I think they dominated that committee. We did not complain because the work has been done fairly. If you look at the sharing formula, the ratio between the former PDP and the legacy APC, we have concluded that the APC got about 45% of the ESCO, and the former PDP got 55%, and he happened to be from the PDP side. So I don't know what is he complaining about.
But
if you want to
of opposition or imposition,
I'm coming to that. If you want to kill a dog, give it a bad name. So that's just it. And about imposition, as the state secretary of this party, here's my brother, Dr. Victor Dogo, as the publicity secretary, and other state escort that we have, and Hamza Madagali made a very definitive statement about imposition in APC. There's not going to be imposition. And as ESCO, the more the merrier. We want more people to contest in that platform. Anybody contesting is bringing some of his supporters, some who are not politicians before, who are going to join him. And after the contest, definitely one person must emerge as the winner of that election. So there's nothing like who is going to impose who.
That's right.
who is going to impose? Is it the governor who want to impose somebody? Or is it the party who want to impose somebody?
The rumors making the rounds is that this person is coming from, higher authority, from Abuja. They refer to him as an Abuja politician. And knowing fully well that Governor Fintiri say his successor is definitely going to be a grassroots politician.
Who is coming from Abuja? If you look at all the aspirants.
Is that Tijani Galadima?
Thank you very much. So let's x-ray all the aspirants in APC. We have the senator representing Central Zone. Is he in Yola or in Abuja? Where is he staying?
Well, his office is in Abuja.
He's in Abuja. We have Abraman Haske. Where is he? Yola or Abuja?
Name them. Go ahead. you know that
he's in Abuja. We have Comrade Mustafa Saliu. Yola or Abuja? All of them, they are from Abuja. But so if you want to just, I said earlier, if you want to kill a dog,
you give it a bad name.
Give it a bad name. So, and this propaganda of a thing cannot work. If you are afraid of contesting, you are afraid of contesting. But if you have confidence, come and contest. Myself, if I want to contest for governorship of Adamawa State, nobody will intimidate me with the imposition. I will contest. I will follow it to the letter. But if you think maybe some political formulas that have been taking place or some alignments may not favor you, it's normal, it's natural in politics.
All right, let me get back to Dr. Victor. Perhaps what I will ask him might tickle his fancy. And I will ask you about the stand-up opposition in Nigeria, generally trickling it down to Adamawa State. And this opposition party I'm referring to now, first of all, is the People's Democratic Party, because whether you like it or not, it is not everybody that was in the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, that have left for the APC. There is still the opposition, including the coalition, African Democratic Congress. Now, recently, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu made a statement. It was credited to him that said the activities of opposition parties they thought that they would scare him. But nonetheless, he still remained, astute to his convictions. So what do you make of the place of the opposition parties, including the People's Democratic Party?
Well, let's get something very clear. You are an opposition and you don't know how to play the game, then it's left for you to decide where you will be at the end of the day. Because if I'm in an opposition, I should be able to understand how to play the game. It's all about strategy. Politics is not sitting down and watching the opposition overpower you. Neither would you as the opposition sit down and watch the person that is on the seat play the game better than yourself. It's a match that we're all preparing for. Go out and do what is right. I must be very sincere with you. You talked about what ADC, is it ADC or whatever?
It's a political party, African Democratic Congress.
I'm sorry to say that it's like most of the players that came into that particular party, right? That particular party have not been able to define exactly what they wanted to do.
How do you mean?
Let's be very clear. These are men that did understand from the onset that the pattern in which they got into that political party was not well clear and vivid for everyone to read and tell how far they would go. Two, when you consider the fact that it is not the APC that is either explaining what their problem is, it is the court of law that is actually the legality behind what has come as the so-called takeover. I heard there was a saying that they came and took over someone's house, and that's the truth. And the man that they tried to take over his house is now carrying foul. So you see, when you have complication because of the players not knowing what exactly politicking is all about, they will start seeing the man that is playing it strategically, like Baba Tinubu, as someone who is either trying to that's why he said he cannot be scared or intimidated, because he is playing the game strategically to defeat whoever is coming into the ring. But having said that, sir.
All right, go ahead.
The PDP, I don't know how far their case will be coming up, so I wouldn't want to comment their hands. So that means they are still also on the swing, hanging.
You will not preempt.
So, but all we know is that we in the APC, We are prepared for what is before us. We are not looking at it as though they are not even going to be on the ballot. We are looking at it as though every one of them will still be on the ballot. So what we are doing in the APC is this. We are reaching out. We want people. We want votes. APC is a family party now in Nigeria. Try and understand where we're coming from. We are not sitting down. We believe that we should reach out to the people, bring them into the fold.
There is this allegation that the ruling All Progressive Congress is using the electoral umpire, talking about INEC, as a sledgehammer against opposition parties.
I don't want to speak for INEC, but let me tell you, let me be very sincere with you. INEC is responding to the court rulings. INEC has never said, ADC, I'm doing this. PDP, I'm doing this against you. INEC is responding just the same way the various political parties must respond to the court orders.
But
that is the same pattern.
INEC have the local standing, to suspend party officials.
Can I be very sincere with you? INEC is not suspending. INEC is carrying out court orders. There's a difference between complying. These are court orders. And INEC is bound by the laws of the land to comply with the courts. And that's having said that, they should also go back to the courts and ratify what should be ratified and then come into the ring. So we are waiting for whoever wants to come into the ring. We're there. But the truth is that we're not going to sit down when we have people, states, and people out there that we still want them on board. Nigeria is supposed to be an embodiment of all classes of persons. And the reason why you see we are reaching out to everyone is because we want you to be part of the renewed hope mandate.
All right, interesting. Let me get to you, Comrade Mustafa. Yes, even though the proposed revalidation exercise has been put on hold for a while, but I need to ask you this. It's very critical to note. Before the infusion of the PDP into the APC, there has been this opening of registration, e-registration of members. And a lot of people have complained that they couldn't access the portal. They couldn't access, the dashboard for them to register. While some, before even they get to it, the dashboard shows that they have already been registered. So that little issues, that glitch generated a lot of concerns, for members. How have you been able to balance these issues concerning members' inability to find their names registered on the dashboard of the All Progressive Congress?
I think you have asked the right person this question. I'm the right person to be asked.
That's why I asked you the question.
Because I'm the state coordinator of that program.
That's right.
And when people are saying they cannot access the dashboard, maybe they don't even understand what is going on. Okay. You can't access any dashboard. This program, we have agents in all the political wards in Adamawa State. In some wards, we have maybe 10, 15, up to 20 agents in one ward, depending on the number of the population and the demography of that terrain. Okay. We have some wards that have spread of so many villages. Yes. So if you have such kind of wards, you must have an agent from all the villages so that they can assist people in registering. You can't access any portal. It's only our agents. Even the state coordinator cannot access that, cannot register you. It's only an agent from that ward. I can tell you an example, maybe from Yola South, where I'm coming from. Though I'm the state coordinator, in Yola South, maybe I can give an example with Bolej or Lepate, where you are coming from. Yeah. In Bolej or Lepate, you have Shagari, you are from Shagari. Right. That's correct. So you must have an agent, 2 or 3 from Shagari. We have Ole, we have Lepate, we have Uro Adail, we have Jechingo, we have Gujubabu, we have Rumde Samaki, etc., etc. That is in just one political ward. So in all these communities, we have our agents who are doing the registration. And you have to meet an agent, you come with your valid NIN. Most of this problem that we had with people, they have problem with their NIN numbers. Sometimes they give their NIN number to their wives and children. If they want to open an account, my son or my daughter doesn't have a NIN number. They just give him their numbers. So maybe in doing the registration, somebody has used your NIN to register an account, a bank account. If you want to register, they'll tell you, you have registered. This NIN has been used by someone, not you. NIN is a person. People are mistaking that. NIN is not just a number. NIN is a person. If you have registered an account, you have a bank account with your NIN, or you give your daughter to register, maybe she want to go to school. I have seen even professors who have done that. A professor told me he gave his NIN to his daughter when she want to write JAM. She used that.
And that's a big error.
It's an error because NIN is human now. NIN is a person. So you can't just have two using NIN for yourself and your daughter.
Yeah, so is it safe to say that there was not enough information for people, to digest before venturing into...
Our people, especially, that is the NIN issue, but in our party, we have made it clear. We had the stakeholders meeting before embarking on this registration. We have made a stakeholders meeting in all the 21 local governments. We have also encouraged them to have a stakeholders meeting in all the 226 wards of Adamawa State. They have done that. So our people in the party are well informed of this. But there are some people who are not party players and they want to register, which is okay, and we encourage it. And they are seeing some political parties. People are registering online and sending their registration. That of APC, you can't get it. It's not the same. We are using different portals. In their own case, one person can register like maybe 20 times. In our own, we are using NIN. NIN is a person. If you see our registration, it's the true reflection of people who have registered in that political party.
All right. Well, we are completely out of time, though the conversation is getting more interesting. But this is just the part A of this interview. We definitely have a build up on this so that continuously we should be, intimating Nigerians as regard to the happenings in All Progressive Congress. But before I let you guys go, like I said earlier, I'm sitting in between, two political juggernauts now. Dr. Victor, what is your call on, the teaming supporters of Governor Fintiri, first of all, because there is these issues that some persons might have felt a little bit bad concerning the step Governor Fintiri has taken, particularly in his defection to the All Progressive Congress.
Well, I must disagree with you there, sir. Sorry, because to be very sincere, it has never been.
I have sampled.
Well, these are your views.
Not my views. I've sampled certain people's opinion on the street.
Well,
and they felt betrayed.
Can I be very sincere with you?
Please,
you see, every human being, depending on where he's sitting, would view things differently from the other side.
From his vantage point.
So as we are speaking right now, those of us that moved with Governor Fintiri are one with the APC.
As in those of you of Kafanka,
Kafamu. And Kafanka, Kafamu is already, we are not even talking about Kafanka, Kafamu already. Munatare.
Okay.
We've moved on. Because we are now in one house. Okay. You understand? So the APC is now the Adamawa family movement. I want you to get that, sir. I am sorry to say there's no any other political party that is in Adamawa State presently.
No,
let me also make something clear. It is not only the PDP that moved into the APC, sir. We had our 60% of the Adamawa people that believed in us in the win-win game that are in the APC.
All right, there's no better way to end this conversation than now. Dr. Victor Dogo, Publicity Secretary, APC Adamawa State. Thank you so very much.
My pleasure.
For giving us you continue working for your party.
Thank you.
All right, viewers, that's our show for today. Thank you so very much for being with us from start to finish. Join us again same time, same station as we come with a fresh edition of the program. Until then, stay safe. My name is Chris Jacobs. God bless Nigeria. And those of you following the conversation on Facebook page, send your comments, your suggestions, even questions, to the comment sections. And of course, my guest will be glad to respond to you swiftly. Thank you.